Guys, it's Kelly. I'm back again, and this time I have no shaky hands, no shaky video. I've got a tripod and my phone's on it, and so that's what I'm going to work with today. I hope that it's a better quality video than what you usually see from me. I hope that it's better anyway. Today was the beginning of our baseball season, and my son was supposed to play this morning, and it got rained out. I live in Alabama, and it's really rainy here today. I think that the weather system has been coming through for a while, and it was supposed to rain. I think they kind of suspected it was going to get rained out, but it's sad because it's our season opener, and he was really excited because he's been on varsity, but he's a junior this year, and being a junior is special, so he was really excited. And of course, Mom had to go and represent. So I've got on my outfit here. I mean, I'm in love with my baby boy. He's Aaron, number 22. That's my son, and I absolutely love him more than anything. And I like to support him whenever I can at the ballpark, at the ball field, because he's a great kid. He really is, and I'm very fortunate. So that is the reason I kind of look like I look today. When I go to the ball field for games, especially if it's raining, I did put on makeup, but I just pull my hair up in a ponytail. I've got a lot of frizzy going on right here. But when we got canceled and I found that I was going to be back at home and that sort of thing, I thought, you know what? I think I want to film a video. And I'm getting more and more happy with doing videos. I'm gradually becoming more, what's the word? Confident, I guess, just sitting in front of the camera. It's not like I'm sitting in a room full of people and they're judging me or anything. It's just me and the camera. But I still am very aware that, I have viewers. I have people that are watching my video. And I just want to do a good job for you guys. You're so complimentary and you're so encouraging. And you make me feel good. And it's strange for somebody maybe my age to start a video, a YouTube channel, I should say, instead, not video, but a YouTube channel. My son, he's not really sure how he feels about it right now. He thinks I've kind of lost my mind, I think. But I really enjoy doing this, and I hope that I am able to share something with you that you didn't already know about, help you to learn something, or just something to enjoy. So since today was that kind of day and I had the time, I decided to spend it with you, and that is why we're here. And today's video is going to be the Makeup Addict eyeshadow tag. It's got 10 questions, and then what you do is I'll read the questions for you, and I'll also put them all in the down bar so that if you want to do it too, because I'm not going to tag like in particular people. I just feel like that if you want to do this tag, then you should be able to do this tag. And so I'm just going to say tag everybody, because it seems like a fun video to do. And as I was thinking about my answers to these questions, I realized that a couple of them were kind of hard for me, and some of them were just, there was no doubt. I already knew the answers. So let's get started, because there's 10 questions and I want to get through it without it being a half hour long. All right, the first one is my favorite drugstore line for eyeshadow. My favorite drugstore eyeshadow line, there's no doubt it is Wet n Wild. This is the Comfort palette from Wet n Wild. I don't know if I can keep that shadow off. Nope, I can't. That's my window, but I was trying to let you see the colors. This is so pretty. This is actually my backup. I have another one that I've been working on for a while, and I've hit pan on several of them and that sort of thing. So I pulled my backup out so you could see this one and you could get an idea. $2 or $3, guys. Wet n Wild, you cannot beat their eyeshadows. They're awesome. I really, really enjoy this particular palette. It's got a lot of neutral colors, and then you've got, a little pop of color here with this olive green, and you have a dark color. It's always nice when you have a dark color, whether it's a black or a really deep cobalt or something like that, that you can use to kind of darken up your crease and that sort of thing. I really love Wet n Wild, and they're so affordable, and you can get Wet n Wild at Walgreens and CVS and Target and Walmart and so many places. And I've even found some Wet n Wild products at the Dollar Tree. I guess it just depends on their inventory and when you go. But I have actually seen some quads and some trios in there. So that might be something you want to think about. Number 2 is my favorite eyeshadow primer. Well, my favorite primer, it's a high end. I do have a drugstore one that I'll share with you, but my favorite, absolute favorite, it is the Nars. I absolutely love this Nars eyeshadow primer. It is wonderful. It helps my shadow to stay in place. There's no creasing and it doesn't disappear. I don't know if you guys have ever had this problem, but I have actually put my makeup on in the mornings and halfway through the day look in the mirror when I go to the bathroom and look up in the mirror and under those fluorescent lights, and I'm like, what in the world? Where did my makeup go? It disappeared. When you use this, your eyeshadow is not going to disappear. It's not going to wear off. It's not going to, do those things that like disappear or smudge or smear. It's going to really help hold it in place, and I really like it because of that. But now, if you don't want to spend the money for the Nars, a really good one from the drugstore is the Milani. Milani has a great eyeshadow primer, and I've used it quite a bit also. So I would say that, Nars is my favorite high end and Milani is my favorite low end, or drugstore brand, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. All right. Next question. Number 3 says, my first ever eyeshadow purchase, and do I still use it? Well, my first eyeshadow, I wouldn't say that it was bought for me. I mentioned it in another video. My first eyeshadows were from Clinique, and I had a trio, and it had sort of a bronzy shade. It had a kind of a vanilla color shade and a purple. But the purple, it was I guess for that day and time you would call it a pop of color, but it didn't have a whole lot of color payoff. It was kind of sheer, so it was age appropriate for me at the time when I was like 13 years old. So I used that for years. And I did save it, and I had it for the longest time. I had a bag of, I guess, I don't know how many products were in there, but it was just, some products that meant a lot to me. My mom had just several things that she had handed down to me, and they were just special to me. But as I mentioned in, one of my other videos, and in the down bar of another one, when we had our house fire, I lost everything. And so, I really only got out of the house. We just got out with our pajamas on, and that's all. We lost everything. So, most of my stuff is relatively new. I haven't had time to put a big dent in most things because I just went and had to replace things. So, I guess you would say that's why I don't have it. Even if I did still have my Clinique shadows that I started with, I would not be using them. But I would say that I would keep them for sentimental reasons. So that's that. Okay, next one is number 4. The best drugstore eyeshadow dupe. I am so proud of myself. This is a good one. I saw this and I checked it out on my own just to see if it was what they claimed, and it is. I don't know how many of you like Stila's Kitten. Stila's eyeshadow called Kitten is just this beautiful shimmery color. I don't even know what you would call it. It almost looks like a pearl, and then sometimes it has a gold tint to it. It's just gorgeous to be, up front and honest. It's just beautiful. And I went and got the single for this because I was hitting pan on the one that was in the palette where I have it. And it is one of those shadows that I just didn't want to run out of. And so I went and I bought the single for it so that I would, have it for a good long while. But the thing that I found, and you'll hear people talk about these a lot, but the L'Oreal Infallible line of shadows are really good quality. But I will tell you that the L'Oreal Infallible in the color Iced Latte is a complete and absolute dupe for Stila's Kitten. They are the same exact color. They're the same shadow. When you swatch them, yeah, I could put one on one side and one on the other, and you would never be able to tell the difference. Absolutely dupes. Stila's Kitten has a drugstore dupe, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible in the color Iced Latte. Fabulous dupe. Fabulous dupe. And saves you lots of money too. Okay, now let's see here. Most underrated that I don't hear a lot about, and at least I hear about it the least, but love. Okay, this one wasn't hard for me at all either. I do see people talk about this sometimes, but I don't feel like that it gets the love that it deserves. It's the Too Faced Natural Matte. The Too Faced Natural Matte is a wonderful palette. It is, of course, all matte. All the colors are matte. It's just beautiful. It's got, you know, it's got some colors down through here. You can run these two through the crease. If you like to just cover your lid in a soft color before you start blending in, this one's wonderful, and it's also wonderful for your brow bone and your inner corner. And then you have the other colors that are dark, and you can, you know, they're buildable. They have great color payoff, and they're wonderful. I mean, this is a fabulous palette. It's so versatile, and I would say that it is one of, you know, my favorites. I can't imagine someone not liking this palette. And I do think that, you know, they say, which I don't believe there's any rules when it comes to makeup, but I will say the idea of highlighter is to bring your eyes to a certain area, whether it's your cheekbones or whatever. So if you put a shadow on your eyes that's real shimmery, and you have mature skin like me that has fine lines and wrinkles, and my eyes are hooded. I mean, I have very heavily hooded eyes. So if I put nothing but a frosty, shimmery, glittery kind of shadow in my eyes, it just kind of brings attention to the issues I have, as opposed to kind of helping the issues that I have. So if you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, and you have hooded eyes, this is a good option for you because it's matte. When you use matte shadows, it turns out, first of all, it's a really pretty look, no matter what combination of the colors you use. But it also, it gives you the eyeshadow, but without drawing a person's eyes to your problem areas. I still use plenty of shimmery satin finish sort of eyeshadows, but I have to be careful about how I use them. I have to be careful about where I put my highlighter, because under my eyes, you know, it can be kind of crepey if I'm not careful, and it shows way too much. So if you have mature skin, you really need to go swatch this. You really do. Okay, let's see. The number 6. My favorite single eyeshadow. Okay, I just got through talking about how important it is to wear, to use matte eyeshadows, but my favorite single eyeshadow actually is a satin finish. It's beautiful. It's real shimmery, and it is a Nars, and it is from the collaboration with Stephen Klein, and the color is Stud. That's the name of the color. It is this gorgeous, gorgeous, I don't know if you can see it catch the light. It is a taupe. I would call it a true taupe. I can't think of another color to call it other than just a true taupe. Maybe a mocha, but more taupe to me than anything else. This is absolutely gorgeous. I heard about it from Victoria. Her channel is In the Fro. She's a beauty blogger, and she's really educated. She actually taught at university there, where she lives. I think she's in London. And I like to watch her because she usually has really good ideas as far as makeup is concerned. And she mentioned this in a video, and she was talking about how, you know, this line had just come out and how beautiful this color was. And I actually have one of the blushes from this line also. She recommended this and the blush both. I went to the store because it intrigued me. So I sort of kind of walked out with them. I couldn't resist. I had to have them. They were beautiful. So this collection with Stephen Klein, you may be able to still find it online. And like I said, the name of it is Stud. But if you, Nars, what's up with their names? They kind of crazy names. But anyway, this one's Stud. and so if you can find it in store, that's great. If you can't find it online, then I would look in store, because they seem to sometimes have things in the store that sold out online. You can go to Sephora, or you can go to Nars.com. I actually purchased off Nars.com some and just have it shipped to me because it's available there, and it keeps me from having to get out and go around town searching for it at every store imaginable. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you're interested. All right, the next question, number 7, is my favorite cream eyeshadows. Well, I had to just settle with 2. I couldn't narrow it down beyond the 2. The first one, of course, is ColourPop. And if you saw my makeup collection video, you know that I have a lot of ColourPop shadows. ColourPop is not sold in a drugstore, but it's a drugstore price. It's $5 for an eyeshadow. You can't, that is definitely drugstore. And I mean, the drugstore prices are beginning to just skyrocket as it is. So to get a fabulous eyeshadow for $5 is a great deal. If you spend a certain amount on ColourPop's website, you also get free shipping. So that's something to think about. But it's a cream to powder, and it lays really well. There's great color payoff and that sort of thing. But on the other hand, I also really enjoy the color tattoos from Maybelline. This one happens to be my favorite. It's Bad to the Bronze. I love to use this as a base. It's actually a really pretty base to the taupe eyeshadow that I like from Nars, the Stud one. And so they're great. I mean, you can't beat the color tattoos. You can lay those down on your eyes, get it, put in place, and it's just not going to move, and it doesn't crease or anything. It's wonderful. You don't even have to use a primer with those because they're really good. Okay, number 8. My favorite neutral eyeshadow. My favorite neutral eyeshadow is probably going to be one of those when you say, well, everybody loves that color. It is in my Urban Decay palette. And my favorite one is Half Baked, which is this one right here. I love this color. It's a shimmery gold. It is beautiful. I've put quite a dent in it. I may need to see about getting a single before I run out of it, because it's got quite a dent in it. It is beautiful. And I do like to use this sometimes on my lower lash line. I just think it's, I just think it's a beautiful color, which, I mean, you can't really beat the entire palette, but that's my favorite neutral color. And then number 9 is my favorite colored eyeshadow. And my favorite colored eyeshadow is actually in the Lorac Pro. And it is the color right here called Plum. How easy is that? It's this shade right here, and it is a matte plum. It is a muted plum. It's not a brassy bold color. It's a soft plum, and it is beautiful. I like to use this if I'm not going to use a black to deepen up the color and give the outer corner a little more intensity. Then I really like to use this because it's it has great color payoff, but it also gives you that extra dimension without having to use black. But it's a beautiful color, and I tend to gravitate towards colors like that anyway. I like pinks and roses and purples and things like that, but this one is a great one because it is muted. I can't put shocking purple on my eyes. I'm going to be 47 this year, and I think somebody would probably end up saying, girlfriend, what are you doing? You need to get that off your eyes. I really do think that somebody would say something if I had that kind of thing on my eyes. But anyway, that's my favorite colored one. And then the last thing is the best eyeshadow palette ever. There are so many, but I will tell you this. There's only one, in my opinion. My favorite, and in my opinion, the best eyeshadow palette there ever has been or ever will be, is by Kat Von D, and it is her, what's it called? This is the, the Monarch, that's it, the Monarch palette. I drew a total blank there. It's the Monarch palette. I was going to try to call it the Chrysalis palette, but that's the other one that has that's purple on the outside. This is gorgeous. The colors in here are so awesome. You have a combination of matte and shimmers or satin. I guess satin's really a better description. This is a great all-around palette. You can get so many different looks with this. In the center, you'll see this color here. It's a shimmer or a satin. It's kind of a, it's a cross between, it's almost sort of like the Kitten as far as, you know, the texture or the sheen that comes from it, because it's not glittery. None of this has glitter in it. But it's just a really pretty taupey brown shade. It's a light version of that. On each of the sides here, we have these matte colors that are absolutely wonderful for either just to put on all over the eyelid before, you know, so that you have a good base to start blending with, or you can use them as brow bone highlights, and you can even use them as an inner corner highlight. So yeah, these are great. And then all of these, like I said, it's a combination of flats, not flats, this is not paint. It's, you know, mattes, and then satin finishes. And I think that one of the things that I like about this is that you can get a cool look or a warm look from this palette, either one. And one of the best things that anybody can do when they're creating a palette is put a black in it. I think that that really brings the palette to the top, because you really sometimes need to darken up that outer V with a little black so that you can give your eye a little more dimension, or you can make the crease color a little bit more noticeable. And having a black to do that with is awesome. The other reason that I think it's important to have a black in a palette is that a lot of people use this as their liner. You can use a very small, flat, angled brush, like you might put your eyebrows, you know, the pomade on. You can use one of those, and you can use this black, and you can put it right against your eyelashes, and it looks like you've got a black eyeliner on. So I really do think that this is a very easy to use, lots of different looks kind of palette, and I absolutely love it. The colors are smooth and creamy. The payoff of the color payoff is absolutely wonderful. I love all of Kat Von D's products. I would say that she's probably, she as far as eyeshadows are concerned, she's at the top for me, I think. I've got a lot of wonderful palettes that I love and adore. I mean, I love my Too Faced chocolate bar palette, but this one, it might not have the same colors that the chocolate bar palette has, but the colors in this are amazing. So you definitely need to see if you can find it. You need to swatch it. I guarantee you'll be sold immediately. You'll love it. So that's everything, guys. That's my eyeshadow and makeup tag. Like I said, I'm not going to tag, you know, just any particular people. I just want you to do it if you want to do it. I would love to see, you know, what you guys like and that sort of thing. So, you know, if you are on YouTube and you make videos, I'm going to link below a couple of the products that I mentioned, and I'm also going to give you a list of the questions at the bottom in the down bar so that you can do it yourself. I just jotted them down on, you know, my little note paper here so that I could look at them and see what the questions were. But, you know, I'd love to see you do it. And if you do it, send me a message and let me know that you did it. And because I'd love to go to your channel and watch it. And if you're new to me, I don't know what you're going to think about me, but I'm just, you know, I'm a single mom that loves makeup. I love planners, things like that. I love lifestyle. I love decor. I love all those kinds of things. And I'm thinking about doing some things on my channel. I'm not really sure really sure yet what I'm going to do, but I've got a lot of really good ideas, I think. And I've been making a list and I've been getting some suggestions from you guys, which I love. So if you have any ideas, or if there's a video in particular that you would like to see, please put that in the down bar. I have one that I've already been requested to talk about, you know, my skin and how I take care of my mature skin and that sort of thing. I have been asked to do makeup tutorials, and I'm building up to that. I'm not really sure exactly how that would go, but I'm working on it, I promise. I actually had somebody say that they wanted to see maybe a grocery haul, and I am at the beginning of starting a new venture into a different lifestyle, and I need to lose some weight. And so I thought that maybe I could do like a grocery haul and kind of show you some of the things that I'm buying and the things that I'm eating and doing in order to live a healthier, better lifestyle and lose some weight. I've even thought about maybe doing like a series on here, like maybe I don't know, like a weight loss Wednesday, maybe something like that. If you guys think that that would be a good idea, let me know, and then you can follow me along on that trip also. I need to get busy. I've got to get my butt out and exercise, and you know, it's hard, and there's only one way to do it, and that's, you know, diet and exercise. There's no magic pill, so I've got to try to do that. I'm working up my nerve to talk to you guys about my health and the kinds of things that, you know, I deal with my health, and I'm trying to get to that. You guys are helping me to gain confidence. After every video I do, the comments that I get are awesome, and I appreciate it so much. Those of you that have sent me messages and have encouraged me and have been so sweet to me, you are the reason that I'm sitting here in front of the camera and not behind it. I absolutely appreciate and love you so much for the kindness that you've shown me. I like that I can, as a nearly 47-year-old woman, get in front of the camera on YouTube and make videos that people will actually watch. And if I can either teach you something, show you something, introduce you to something new, anything like that, that would make my day. I just want to share myself with you guys. I love having this link to the outside world. And I consider you guys my friends. And so because I consider you my friends, it's not going to be long before I talk to you about my health and the things that I suffer with and the things that I go through and some of the things, you know, that, you know, I have to deal with every day. And I want to maybe start a series on here as well that is health related, a health related series, and I don't know what I would call that, but it would just be a really candid talk with you about myself and the things that I've learned over the years from, you know, the kinds of things that I deal with and the things that I've been through. I think that there are a lot of people out there that could relate to some of the things that I've been through, and I hope that that would be received positively. If not, you know, at least I've put myself out there, and I think that anybody and everybody can do this. So I just wanted you to know that I absolutely am enjoying doing this. I never thought in a million years I would ever do this, but you guys are what make it work for me. You're the ones that comment and send me messages and tell me that you enjoy my videos, and I mean, I just cannot stress enough how much that means to me. I really can't. So if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. I don't want you to lose me out in the world of YouTube, because I can get lost out there with, you know, there's so many people on YouTube today. And so please think about subscribing. And for those of you that know me already, and even if you are new and you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I love you guys. I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to get this put up for you as soon as possible, and I hope you enjoy watching. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.